A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secrets Revealed Aftersought. So here comes part 4 out of 72. And I gotta say, the date today that I have this recorded is October 20th. The same date that I have episode 1 going on, and of course the same date that I have a lot of stuff going on. But it's been a few days since that happened, so of course let's get on to the present, shall we? After all, this is the next blaster that I'm going to be talking about. This is the Mega Talon. Although, I should probably just re-emphasize my point really quick based on trademarks and the like that Hasbro has not been doing such a good job at it. This is just no mere example of that. I mean, it was kind of strange enough that I've already been able to identify the fact that the Alpha Trooper series, the Raven series of blasters, a handful of others have actually had quite a few problems. Not just within the naming, but also within their own design and function. Sure, recycling some of the designs and functions of earlier blasters and having them re-released would kind of be a good idea. At least a good marketing strategy in the standpoint that we have going on today. But in all honesties, it's not always the best way to go, because this is in fact just a little modified variant of the Mega Big Shock, and this is actually a Mega AccuStrike blaster, because after all, for a couple of years now, the Mega and AccuStrike series have pretty much bonded together, as if they're conjoined. It might be forever, but we certainly can't forget the fact that the original Mega series is going to be around for years to come. So these Mega Darts right here, they're certainly going to be around for a long time. Same with the Mega Blasters themselves. But as for the Talon, or as I just call it, the Taroth, which is pretty much a take on the plant called taro, it honestly does some somewhat mediocre performance. After all, it is just a reskin of the Big Shock, so of course some of the same functionality, ergonomics, and the like are still in play. Like the grip itself is pretty much like the Big Shock, except it tries to be a little more ergonomic in some ways to some larger users out there because of how it's a bit thicker on the outside. But we also can't forget the fact that, well, because this is a Mega AccuStrike blaster, it's no wonder that this also has itself some Mega AccuStrike darts, which are supposed to be more accurate than the Mega darts themselves. I don't really see much difference from them, though. Sure, they fly a lot better, a bit straighter, and a bit more smoother, but I'm just not entirely certain about how that's supposed to work in general. But all in all, I'd say the Taroth, for the price that it's usually selling at by this point, it's probably not that bad of a blaster in general. It just seems to rip off a few things from its own lineup of blasters as a whole, and it does try to be a little innovative here and there. It does have a bit of a guard down here, which also acts as a dart storage down here. I mean, you probably saw that there was a Mega Dart sitting under here. Well, there's also a Mega Dart storage up here, just like the Big Shock. So you're getting a little more bang for your buck when it comes to dart storage. But there's also this trick that I have shown before where you can put Mega Darts on the tips here. Similar in ways to how when I talked about, well, some other blasters in the past, like way back in the past, I have in fact shown that there was a little trick that I found could be useful. Not for everyone though. So of course for dart storage you get 1 extra point for that. Color scheme, I mean there are a few extra colors here, so you could probably give it that. I mean there's some clear yellow here on this part, some dark gray, black, red, and white, not to mention orange, which is a highly characteristic color for any toy blaster out there. So now, I guess it's time for this blaster right here to do a little something special. Let's see if it can perform nicely with invisible integration. quite a nice boomer if you ask me. So I don't really know at this point. The rating, I guess, is a bit like off the mark for me because invisible integration does a lot of great things to most blasters in my collection that I would normally give really low scores to. So I guess best for me, I'm throwing caution to the wind here. I'm giving my personal rating to the Taroth a 7.0 out of 10, just for that. So of course, that's basically just my talk about the Mega Taroth, or Talon. I don't really know how you want to go with that, because the AccuStrike Talon Strike was already pretty much harbingering the name Talon as a whole. So Talon in this case should definitely be changed. But other than that, it's kind of a mediocre blaster, kind of small for some users out there, though it does try to bear some ergonomics in the same way as some others would probably try to do it. I just don't see too many reasons why you might want to go out and buy a Taroth. Maybe for the cheap price, maybe for the fact that it has a little better, like, more convenience. And also, there's some more colors put into it. Those are just a few examples of how you might be able to get your money's worth out of it. But maybe by this time, I suppose we probably should just try and focus on some of the other things that are put into play when it comes to the Nerf lineup as a whole in today's time. So anyways, let's be sure about what this blaster is like. And twirl ability is also not too good. But if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.